Okay. Okay, so let's start now. So what we're doing today is sentence correction, and we're going to talk about the very basic questions like I mentioned earlier. Some of you have joined a little later, so let's get to it. First off, you're looking at question number 1. Here, Frank, accompanied by his students, were at the studio. So what you can do is you can suggest what changes should be there and also mention the kind of rule that you can see that is going to change this. Anyone? Guys? Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it difficult?
Ma'am, is it was at the studio?
Correct. Why?
Because they're talking about Frank,
Correct. And we
but not the students.
Yes, and we discussed in subject verb agreement that the subject must agree with the verb that is being used. So if the subject's number is 1, then we will be using something that goes with that number. So that's why, because we are talking about Frank and not about the students, we will go with was instead of were. So this rule can be used even when it comes to complexer versions, or you have like a lot more words sandwiched in between. So let's look at the second one. His mastery of several sports and the social graces make him a sought after prom date. Can you identify a problem in this sentence? Or do you think it's correct? So it is a possibility that I've given a correct sentence also. So you can say that if you feel that.
Ma'am, it will be social grace makes him.
Makes him. So what we're looking at here, we are trying to, so they are trying to confuse us by putting social graces and everything. But what you're looking at is him. And that is just one individual we're talking about. So we will be using makes in this case. And graces is not what we're looking at for the comparison. Come to the third one. The flock of birds is flying south.
Are flying.
To the
Why?
south. To south.
Are flying. Because is this singular? I mean, like they've mentioned flock of birds, and is it singular here? So.
And the subject is?
Birds. Flock of birds.
Isn't flock of birds a singular entity?
Yes, ma'am.
Because we're talking about something which is a group. So think about it in this manner. If you talk about group of people, then you don't say that the group of people are going to the party. You say the group of people is going to a party or the party, right? So whenever you're referring to these nouns, the nouns which are referring to that collective, so you are looking at something which will be requiring singular verbs in that case, correct? So this one is correct. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
All right. Come to the next one. He succeeded because he works hard.
He worked hard.
Correct. So whenever you're looking at this, so you are seeing succeeded, so it should be parallel. So you should be using worked, which is in the same idea, right? Then
Yes,
next.
ma'am.
Next, the new student speaks bad.
Badly.
Badly. Because you're looking at an adjective over here and the adjective form is given wrong. over here. So we are just going to change that adjective form. Next, the strawberry shortcake tastes delicious.
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 Delicious. Correct. Because you're looking at the same idea. Here, they were missing that part from bad, and here they've added it unnecessary. Now, on arriving at the train station, his friends greeted Jay and took him immediately to his speaking engagement in Springfield. Can we identify a problem, or is this correct?
What is speaking engagement?
To his engagement in Springfield, right?
No, that's not the problem. But it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that might seem like it is wrong. Speaking engagement basically means a lecture or something. Okay.
Okay.
So try again.
Jay's friends greeted him.
Jay's friends greeted him. Why?
Because if we write his friends, we don't know who is he, her.
Your answer is correct, but the logic isn't correct. So it's similar to the answer that should be there, Kishri. So what you should be doing over here is, there is a modifying phrase, which is over here, which you will see on arriving at the train station. So you're talking about who is arriving at the train station. It is not the friends who are arriving at the train station. His friends are greeting him and taking him to the speaking engagement. So we are talking about Jay. So Jay should come first and the friend should be mentioned after. And this phrase that we are looking at should have J following right after. So when you write the sentence, it is better arranged as, on arriving at the train station, Jay was greeted by his friends, who immediately took him to his speaking engagement in Springfield. Make sense? Is that
Yes,
okay?
Yes.
Now next, Patty ate macarons, drank soda, and was dancing the tango.
and danced at the tango.
Not at the tango,
Danced
but
the tango.
danced the tango, correct. So why we are doing that?
Because it's past tense. It's
So
already over.
it should be following the same system. So you're looking at parallelism of the past tense. So ate macaron, drank soda, and danced the tango. Correct. Now next one, all business students should learn word processing, accounting, and how to program the computer.
Programming the computer.
Programming the computer, or you can also say computer programming. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, someone has something to add?
Ma'am, isn't the sentence correct?
No. So the thing is, the idea about parallelism is this. So whenever you're looking at sentences in English, you should have one similar kind of list. So if you're listing down something, let's say there are activities that you have to mention in the same sentence, like someone is running, singing, and dancing. Okay. So you will be using the same form. So you're not going to write, he ran, he is singing, and like so on and so further. Okay. Because what you have to do over there is use the constant idea in these sentences. So you have to follow the same thing that you did for the first one, in the next one, and in the next one, if you're mentioning it in the same sentence. Is that fine?
Yeah, ma'am. So it will be and programming the computer, right?
Yeah. And computer programming or programming. Now next, he likes to swim, sail, and to dance.
He likes to swim. He
Sail
likes
and
to swim,
dance.
sail, and dance.
Yes.
Or we can
Correct.
also write he likes to swim, to sail, and to dance.
Correct. Both of them are correct. So what you can do in the sentence is either use to in the starting once, or you can use to swim, to sail, and to dance. You cannot use it like this. You can't like skip it and then use it again. Okay. Next. On the morning of his 4th birthday, Johnny was giggly, energetic, and couldn't wait for the party to begin. Seems correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Does, right? But
Yes.
listen,
Oh,
it's okay. Like it is a very slight change of language that you need to do.
Eager to party.
Correct. Because you're using adjectives in the rest of it. So obviously we'll be using. So when you talk about giggly, energetic, that are adjectives, right? So you will be using another adjective when talking about the third part of the sentence also. So you're going to use eager, was very eager, or was eager for the party to begin.
Ma'am, so this is wrong. Like we
Correct.
cannot speak.
Yes, this is wrong. Couldn't wait for the party to begin because you're not using here an adjective in the continuation.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's go to the next one. Those who
Ma'am, can't we
exercise.
use excited for the party to begin?
Excited. Couldn't wait. Excited. Okay, maybe it's similar, but like I would say eager sounds more like can't wait kind of a situation, right?
Yeah.
So eager should be the first choice. If you don't have that, then you can do the second. Now, those who exercise in addition to maintaining a healthy diet are likely to be in better health than the people who maintain a healthy diet but do not exercise. It's a very
Man
tiny.
who maintain a healthy diet but don't exercise.
Are most likely.
Yeah, ma'am, maintaining is.
There's a very tiny change. So what you can do is, any idea or should I tell?
are likely to have better health.
Are likely to have better health.
Than
no.
the people who are maintaining a healthy diet.
No. So I'll tell you what the correction is. It should be, you're looking at this, those who exercise. So it should be than those who maintain instead of the people.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay, if it was the people who exercise in addition to maintaining a healthy diet are likely to be in better health, then the people who maintain a healthy diet but don't exercise is better. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Come to the next one. If one decides to break the law, they must be willing to take responsibility for any repercussions.
They must be willing to take the responsibility for any.
He must be, you're saying.
No, they. Oh, sorry. I read the wrong question. Sorry.
Okay. First one. 13th.
Wouldn't they become one?
Correct. So that is one correction that you can do. So one thing that you can do in this case is, if one decides to break the law, they must be willing to take responsibility for any repercussions. Here, one is not relating to they. So you would use either